Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Matt.
I'm Tracy. I'm Megan.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see ya. We're already off to a great start this morning. We've got the farm market all set up, and now we're down around back. The boys are gonna start taking care of the animals, but Matthew and I are gonna go and get a load of sawdust. You can see our sawdust shed here. It's looking pretty good, but we want this thing filled to the brim so that we have plenty of sawdust. Straight in. So this is the same process as the other day. Matthew and I are going to the place that supplies the sawdust. We're gonna load the truck up and then bring it home. Now this place that we're going to, we've talked a little bit about what they produce. They produce a lot of like wood floors, and that makes a lot of byproduct, which is the sawdust that we take. Now there are many different farmers that come and get sawdust, and it's kind of difficult to actually get your name in there. If you're a farmer that found out you can get sawdust there, it's kind of difficult to get on the list now. And even then, it's not like we drop everything. When we're in the middle of summer, like when it's vegetable harvest, we can't just drop everything and go pick up some sawdust. And yesterday we were working on some stuff when they gave us a call, so we're heading up first thing this morning. I gotta make sure Matt's in line with the hopper. All right, right there. So Matt was in here with me, and you can see how dusty it is over here, but there's nothing in this little section. That's why it's okay for us to stand right here. Whoa! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you fill up your truck with some sawdust. I don't think I filled it too full. I made the truck into a camel again. That's always cool. So for those of you that didn't see the last video, this place we're at, as I mentioned before, they make all different types of wood flooring and they finish wood flooring. And because of all the wood that they use, there's a lot of byproduct, which is the sawdust that we're taking. And what's neat is under the floor in here where they're working, there's a giant vacuum that sucks all the sawdust up and drops it into those hoppers. Now, something we really like about this sawdust is that it is a lot cheaper for us to bed up our animals with sawdust rather than using straw. You guys saw us bale a lot of straw this past year, and that's a big money item for us. We sell it to golf courses, we sell it to people at homes who are planting grass, people use it for decoration. No, go ahead, keep talking, I got it. And this sawdust is really good at wicking up moisture because all of this wood that they use, they dry it with a kiln, which makes sure there's no moisture in the wood, which also helps us because when there's no moisture in the sawdust, then it really soaks up moisture in the cow pen. Just some more reasons why we enjoy using sawdust over straw. And I didn't even mention the sawdust makes it a lot easier on us when we get to manure time, because this is a lot easier to spread than straw. Everything's looking good. We've got the tarp all strapped down. All we have to do is pay for the sawdust, and then we can be on our way home. Matthew and I just got home with the sawdust, and now we're looking for Dad and Daniel.
Oh, yeah, you love your grandpa, don't you? Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I got a big smile. Kind of struggling here.
So Lauren had to run to the store for a little bit, so I brought Callie down here. We've got Aunt Tracy and Aunt Megan. They were watching Callie, right? And I'm here too. but the girls are taking care of Callie right now. So how are you feeling today? Are you happy to be at work? Alrighty, everyone. For lunch today, we are having macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. Now that is a combination I can get behind. Alrighty, everyone. We just got finished with lunch, and I wanted to go over another one of our vegetable varieties. Now, as we have discussed before with broccoli, and we've even gone over red beets, we're gonna go over each variety that we raise and a little bit about each variety. I'm really happy to see that a lot of you guys enjoy these videos. I love sharing information about what we raise, if that's gonna help you guys become better farmers or gardeners yourselves. Now, when it comes to cabbage, there's different types of cabbage. For example, there's market varieties, there's storage varieties, and there's even some that are specifically designed for like sauerkraut and coleslaw. And I could go into each one of those sections and talk about each cabbage, but we're gonna start at our lowest day variety to our longest day variety. Our earliest variety of cabbage we raise is a variety called our toast. It is a 68-day round, short core cabbage with a medium green color to it. This cabbage is uniform in size with excellent density and holding ability. It has really good yields, and it is adapted to most growing regions in the US and Canada. It can be cut as a box cabbage or later for a slaw. Our second variety is called paddock. It is a 70-day cabbage with large, very dense heads. Paddock is vigorous and uniform, producing large round heads with short cores and a white interior. It is widely adapted for early kraut and slaw. Paddock is a very good choice if your cabbage needs to grow through some hot days. It has strong seed vigor for direct seeding. Now, those two cabbages that we just mentioned are our earliest varieties of cabbage, and they have always worked well for us. The heads may not get as large as some other varieties, but you get an early cabbage, which is really nice. Our next cabbage is an 80-day variety called Bronco. It is a round cabbage with a short core, and it has a bluish-green color. The very fancy heads of Bronco are protected by waxy leaves. And when it comes to a cabbage, Bronco sets the standard for excellent yields and shipping quality. Bronco is your best choice if you need heads to stay small enough for boxing. The heads can get very dense without oversizing. Now, this Bronco variety is one that we really liked. As it mentioned, the heads don't get exorbitantly large. And when it comes to putting cabbage in boxes, that's kind of helpful. After our 80-day cabbage, we move to an 83-day cabbage called Nixon. Nixon is an excellent holding cabbage, and it has very large, very dense heads. Seedway states, Nixon quickly became one of our top-selling kraut cabbage varieties due to great vigor, extra large heads, and clean plant. This does well in warm or cool weather, and strong seed vigor makes Nixon suited for direct seeding. Even though Bronco and Nixon, their day variety is very close between 80 and 83, Bronco stays smaller and Nixon gets a very large head on it. That's because Bronco is more of like a farm market cabbage or a shipping cabbage, and Nixon is used for sauerkraut or coleslaws. Now, moving on to our 85-day cabbages, we have two varieties. Our first cabbage is a variety called Capture. It is a round to slightly flat cabbage. It's an excellent choice if you need a flavorful cabbage. It has fancy heads and is very good black rot resistance. When grown at high density, Capture makes attractive, dense heads for market boxing. Now, our other variety, Megaton, is an excellent holding cabbage, also 85-day. It is a short-cored, vigorous growing cabbage capable of holding over extended periods of time. It is widely adapted and aptly named because of the large, heavy heads. Those two varieties of cabbage that I mentioned, Capture and Megaton, they're probably our most popular cabbages that we raise. We really like the Megaton variety because we make our own sauerkraut, and Megaton gets really large heads to it. And we also like the other variety because that's good for the farm market. A lot of people will buy that, take that home, they'll make halupkis out of it, they'll do whatever they need to with the cabbage. Two separate varieties that do exactly what they're supposed to. Our last two varieties of cabbage that we raise are both processing cabbages, cabbages that can be used for sauerkraut or coleslaw. The first variety is a 100-day variety called Cabton. It is a dense cabbage with large frame and upright plants. It has an attractive dark green color, it's vigorous, strong, and you can grow it for high yields. Our last and longest season variety is a variety called Trans Am. It is a 105-day cabbage. It has very large, very dense heads. It's vigorous. It has the highest dry matter for kraut and slog cabbage, and it is a short-term storage if mature. So this cabbage is also a good storing cabbage. And there you have it. Those are all the cabbage varieties that we raise here on the farm. Now, most of the cabbage that we raise is either a market cabbage or a coleslaw or a processing cabbage. And there you have it. Those are the varieties that we raise for cabbage. If you guys want to try one out, go ahead. We like them. Something we've been putting off is putting the siding on Matthew's apartment. Now, we've already done most of it. We've done the entire front side, you know, the side everybody can see. But we had been so busy that we haven't been able to put the back side up yet. So we've only got a little bit more until Matthew's house is completely sided.
We wouldn't have had to finish this if Andrew hadn't gotten a drone and started flying all over the place.
Now, we are by no means professionals when it comes to putting up siding. However, we have done it a lot. We've sided basically everything around here ourselves. Whether it's the garage, the house, or now Matthew's apartment, we're starting to get good at putting up siding. When it gets to this time of the year and we're not doing too much out in the fields, we get opportunities like this where we can work on some things. We may not be professionals, but everything we've put up, it looks pretty nice and it's still there, so that's good. Lauren came down to the farm market with Callie. Callie is being occupied by Grandpa right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And we're just looking at Megan. She is making peanut butter cookies.
Hi. I went through this whole thing already.
Here's a little fact about Megan. Her favorite thing in the world is peanut butter.
I hate peanuts.
Besides working on siding, there hasn't been too much going on this afternoon. It was working on siding, feeding animals, and now we're in the farm market. Look at that sunset. That's a pretty nice sunset.
Is there a car coming?
I've been requested. Hold my hand. I'm afraid of the dark. Don't point with that hand. Take the hand out of your pocket and point.
Alrighty, Grammy, what are we having for dinner tonight?
Salisbury steak.
I can't find my pants, Daniel.
They're on the chair.
Oh, never mind. My pants are down here. Where's my slippers? Daniel, I can't find my slippers. Alrighty, everybody, we just got all together at the dinner table, so we are gonna sit down and eat. We would like to thank everyone for watching, and we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.